Hey everybody, it's Greg Fenn, Camoriver Guys Service. Man, how y'all doing today? This is winter time, and winter time means big crappie in the river, so we're having a good time. Well, I'm going to do something different today. Some of you wondered, how do you cook your fish? Well, usually, to be honest with you, we like them fried. But tonight, I'm going to do something different. We're going to do crappie on the half-shell. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with that, all I'm going to do is fillet these 3 large crappie, both sides, but I'm going to leave the scales and everything off on the other side. And then we're going to put them on the grill, and I'm going to show you the whole thing. So, see what we got. Sit back, enjoy the show. Maybe you'll learn something you might want to try. Charcoal grill crappie on the half-shell. So I'm going to fillet these crappie like I would any other time with the electric knife. Now these knives, I use a Rapala heavy-duty electric knife. You can hear that right there. This motor is twice as much as any other that you'll have. Even American that charges like $75 a piece. These are runs more RPMs than American. I'll be cutting it on and off, but I will tell you that when I start filleting fish, normally when I have 50 or 75, once I crank it up, I never turn it off. I think the worst thing you can do to a fillet knife is turn it on and off. Just on and off like that. Similar to a car that used in town, and you're braking and stopping, braking and stopping and starting, stopping and starting. Same thing with the electric knife. I think that's hard on it. So when I get going, I open it wide open and I don't turn it off until I get through. Basically, I turn it at an angle, go on up here, and I go all the way. On these here, normally I stop right there and flip it over. Not these. I'm gonna flip it on off. And I'm gonna wash those real good. And I'll show you how we're gonna cook these in just a minute. I like to turn around there, go all the way off. Bam! There we got a nice fillet. Woo, nice crappie. Look at that right there. All right up underneath that gill plate. Get as much meat as possible. Flip it right on off. That's a nice fillet right there. Come on the other side. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. And you can see, I cut these pretty thin. There ain't no meat much left on these crappie that I do. But I do about 7,000 or 8,000 of them a year too, so practice makes perfect. Big old nice black crappie fillets, look at that right there. That's gonna be a dandy right there. Flip it over. Look at that right there. Man, there ain't nothing wrong with that right there. And that's all there is to it. I'm just gonna do 3 for me and Cindy tonight. She's putting together some, I think, baked potato, maybe corn or cob or whatever. So give me a minute here and we'll put them on the grill. Oh man, those are some pretty fillets, aren't they? What we're gonna do, bottom side down. You see that, folks? Scales and all. We're gonna lay them right up here on top of this grill. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scoot them over and do maybe 6 there. I'm gonna do it just like that. I'm gonna take some Tony's. Y'all know what Tony's is. And I'm just gonna put a little bit on every one of them. Just right there, just like that. Just a little bit of seasoning on them. Close that lid. Snuff it out. Snuff that fire out and let her cook. After about 15 minutes, you're gonna start to see how these are swelling. I like to take a little butter then in a squeeze bottle, if I can get it to work here. I like to take put a little butter on every one of them, just a little bit, keep them moist. But you're gonna see them swell. When they swell, that's when they look like they're just about done. That's when I pour that butter to them. and give it about another 2 or 3 minutes. So there you go, folks. Crappie on the half-shell with a little side of boiled shrimp, a little cocktail sauce in the middle. We got you some little fried up potatoes and a salad with some good sweet onion, a little corn on the cob from the garden this last spring. Don't get no better than that. I know we like to eat it fried, but every now and then try it. You don't use near as many pieces. I kept 3 fish today. That gave us 6 crappie on the half-shell, and I think that's gonna be plenty for us to eat. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, well, great. If you didn't, well, go back to frying them, whatever you want to do. Hey, if you want to fish with me, go online to www.camoriverguyservice.com, or you can call me at 936-229-2370. Like always, I'll do my best to put you on crappie each and every day. You go ahead and go online to that website, look at page 2, scroll down the bottom, pick you out something starting in April. Actually, April's about half booked. So go ahead, and like I've always said, if we get down to a date that you had already planned and something blows up in your life and you can't come, don't worry about it. You're not going to lose your deposit with me. We'll just bump you to another day. So hope you can fish with me. I look forward to having you. In the meantime, this is Greg Fenn, and this is Camoriver Guide Service.